Welcome to Phrasal Verb Practice. This is the place to learn real English, one phrasal verb at a time. My name is Marissa, and I'll walk you through this learning journey. Hi, team. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's learn and practice the phrasal verb carry away. So, let's talk about how we actually use carry away in real life. There are two very common ways this phrasal verb shows up in English. First, when we say carry away, we're usually talking about emotions. We use carry away when someone gets too excited or too emotionally involved and goes a bit too far. The idea here is losing control because of strong feelings. For example, he got carried away during the discussion. I was carried away and talked for too long. Don't get carried away with the plan. Now, there's another way we use carry away, and this one is more physical. We use carry away when something is taken or removed by a strong force, often by nature. So it's about something being swept away. For example, the flood carried away the bridge. Strong winds carried away the roof. The river carried away small trees. So here's the key point. In both cases, carry away is about losing control, either emotionally or physically. Now, let's quickly see how carry away sounds in other languages. In Spanish, people often say dejarse llevar or arrastrar. In French, it's se laisser emporter. In Portuguese, se deixar levar. In Italian, lasciarsi trasportare. In German, sich hinreißen lassen. In Japanese, you might hear yumchu ni naru, pronounced muchu ni naru. And in Chinese, it's shichu kongzhu, shichu kongzhu. So, when do people usually use carry away? We use carry away when emotions get too strong, when excitement affects judgment, when someone reacts without thinking, or when we talk about damage caused by natural forces. Basically, any time control is lost. Let's do a quick recap with some examples. She got carried away during the celebration. This is the emotional meaning. Don't get carried away with expectations. Same idea. He was carried away by his anger. Also emotional. The storm carried away several houses. That's the physical meaning. Heavy rain carried away the road. Same one. Now let's look at how carry away works grammatically. Carry away is a separable phrasal verb. That means the object can go after it or in the middle. For example, the flood carried away the bridge. The flood carried the bridge away. There's one important rule here. When we use pronouns, they go in the middle. So we say, the flood carried it away. The wind carried them away. The structure is pretty simple. We either use carry away by itself or carry plus an object plus away. Typical structure: carry away plus object, carry plus object plus away. Now it's time to practice. First, you'll hear a short text about everyday life. Then you'll hear another text in a professional or office setting. Are you ready? Let's start. The project kickoff meeting started with a lot of energy. Everyone had ideas, and the room felt optimistic. As the discussion went on, one team member started listing features that clearly went beyond the original scope. The project manager smiled and gently reminded the group not to get carried away before reviewing the budget. It was easy to see how excitement could carry away a good plan if no one slowed things down. Later that morning, an email thread began to grow quickly. One message sounded more emotional than intended, and a few replies followed the same tone. Before things escalated, the department lead asked everyone to pause and not get carried away by assumptions. She suggested waiting an hour before responding. That break helped the team avoid being carried away by frustration. In the afternoon, a brainstorming session brought fresh ideas again. Some suggestions were creative but unrealistic for the timeline. One colleague laughed and said he might be getting carried away, which helped reset the mood. The group refocused and agreed to separate long-term ideas from immediate tasks, instead of letting enthusiasm carry away the meeting. Later that day, a client call didn't go as planned. The client was clearly upset about a delay caused by external factors. For a moment, one team member felt carried away by the pressure and almost promised more than the team could deliver. Fortunately, she paused, took a breath, and avoided being carried away by the moment. As the workday came to an end, the team reviewed what had happened. They noticed how often strong emotions or excitement could carry away decisions if no one was careful. By staying aware, checking each other, and staying grounded, they managed to avoid getting carried away again. By the time everyone logged off, the team felt confident. The work was still challenging, but they had learned that staying calm and focused mattered more than letting emotions or excitement carry away the process. Great. That was the first text. How many times did you hear the phrasal verb of the day? Now, let's move on to the second text. The quarterly planning meeting started on a positive note. Everyone was excited about the results from the last project, and ideas were flowing fast. As the conversation picked up speed, one manager reminded the team not to get carried away before checking the numbers. The room laughed, but the message landed. It was easy to feel carried away when things were going well. After the meeting, Sarah sat down to draft a follow-up email to leadership. She noticed her first version sounded a bit too confident, almost like a promise. She paused, reread it, and realized she had been carried away by the mood of the meeting. She edited the message, toned it down, and felt better about sending it. Later that day, a smaller group met to discuss next steps. One teammate kept adding new tasks to the list, clearly excited about the possibilities. He stopped himself mid-sentence and admitted he might be getting carried away. That moment helped everyone reset and focus on what actually needed to be done this week, instead of letting enthusiasm carry away the plan. In the afternoon, a client call brought some pressure. The client asked for faster delivery, and the conversation became tense. For a second, the account manager felt carried away by the urgency and almost agreed to an unrealistic deadline. She took a breath, slowed down, and avoided being carried away by the situation. As the day went on, small decisions kept coming up. Each time, the team checked in with each other to make sure no one was getting carried away by stress or excitement. That awareness made collaboration smoother and more thoughtful. By the end of the day, the team felt satisfied. They had energy, ideas, and momentum, but they also knew how important it was to stay grounded. They had seen how quickly emotions could carry away good judgment, and how valuable it was to notice it early and stay focused. Great, that was the second text, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for following this channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.